field litter, jackrabbits and barbed wire fences, clumps of mesquite trees and buffalo grass. In piles of caliche and stacks of old pipeline, rat snakes and copperheads and rattlers lie entwined, their breath slow and regular, waiting for spring. When morning has come all the way in, she sees a road and behind that, a farmhouse. It may be close enough to walk to, but it's hard to say. Out here, 1 mile can look like 10. 10 could be 20. And she knows only that this body, yesterday she would have called it mine, sits in a pile of sand somewhere in the oil patch, too far from town to see the water tank with her town's name painted on the side, Odessa, or the bank building, or the cooling towers at the petrochemical plant where her mother works. Soon, Alma will come home from a night spent cleaning offices and brake shacks. When she steps into the one-bedroom apartment that still smells of last night's hominy and pork and Tio's cigarettes, when she sees that the sofa bed where Gloria sleeps is still made up from the day before, Alma might feel worried, maybe even a little afraid, but mostly she will be pissed off that her daughter is not home where she belongs, again. Gloria scans the pump jacks moving up and down. Great steel grasshoppers, always hungry. Did he drive them as far as Penwell? Mentone? Loving County? Because the Permian Basin is 80,000 square miles of the same old, and she could be anywhere. And the only true things are her thirst and pain and the roughneck's occasional sighs, his teeth grinding and body shifting, the click and hum of the pump jack just a few yards away from where she sits. When a bobwhite begins to call its own name, the sound gently pries the morning open. Gloria looks again at the farmhouse. A dirt road slices the desert in half, a straight line moving steadily toward a front porch she is already starting to imagine. Maybe it's close enough to walk to. Maybe a woman will answer the door. He has not moved when her fingers push the last number into the sand. A shaky 1,000. Gloria turns her head slowly back and forth, and understanding that it is her silence as much as anything else that's keeping her alive, she wordlessly considers the pieces of her body as they appear to her. Arm. Here is an arm. A foot. The foot bone's connected to the heel bone, she thinks, and the heel bone's connected to the ankle bone. And over there, on the ground next to the wooden drill platform, her heart. She turns her head this way and that, gathering the body, covering it with clothes that lie torn and strewn around the site as if they are trash, disregarded and cast aside, instead of her favorite black t-shirt, the blue jeans her mother gave her for Christmas, the matching bra and panties she stole from Sears. She knows she shouldn't, but when it is time to go, Gloria cannot help looking at the roughneck. Thin wisps of blonde hair crawl out from under the felt edge of his cowboy hat. Skinny and gristle-tough, he is just a few years older than Gloria, who will be 15 next fall, if she survives this day. Now his chest rises and falls regular, just like anybody else's. But otherwise, he is still asleep, or pretending to be. Gloria's mind skitters into this thought like a horse into a hidden skein of barbed wire. Her mouth falls open, then jerks itself closed. She is oxygen-starved and gasping, a fish torn from a lake. She imagines her own limbs disconnected, fleeing into the desert to be picked clean by the coyotes she heard calling to each other all through the night. She imagines her bones blanched and worn smooth by the wind, a desert filled with them. And this makes her want to shriek, to open her mouth and howl. Instead, she swallows hard and sits back down in the sand, shutting her eyes tight against both the roughneck and the sun brightening, interminable sky. She must not panic. To panic is the worst possible thing, her uncle would say. When Tio tells a war story, and since he came